Okay, so what I'm going to demonstrate now is a spin avoidance exercise. As with the previous flights, we'll assume we've done hassle checks and had a really good look out around and beneath us. So what I'm going to demonstrate on this exercise is how the glider behaves when we stall it in a turn in both balanced and unbalanced flight. So initially I'm going to stall it in a balanced turn. We'll see how the glider behaves. So we have a really good look out in both directions prior to turning and then roll into the turn. So we're now in a balanced turn. Notice the yaw string and the slip ball. What I'm going to do is just slow it down gently until such time as the aircraft stalls. 40 knots now, sticks coming back, keeping the turn balanced. Note the position of the nose on the horizon, notice the position of the yaw string, sticks coming back, sticks coming back, sticks coming back. We have the buffet now, sticks hard on the backstop. Notice the position of the nose on the horizon, it's slightly high. Notice the yaw string is slightly out to the left and the slip ball is slightly to the right. So we're in a balanced, fully stalled turn and it's just dropping a wing now. So we move the stick forward, roll the wings level with coordinated controls and then return back to the normal attitude. So we did probably several turns fully stalled before the aircraft departed. What I'm going to demonstrate now is what happens if we stall the glider in unbalanced flight, in other words, in an over-ruddered turn. So again, have a really good look out, left and right, make sure it's clear, and then look back over the nose again. Rolling into the turn, but leaving in too much rudder. Notice where the yaw string is, and also where the nose is on the horizon. You see it's actually lower than it was before. Slip balls out to the left, so this is an over-ruddered turn. Bringing the stick back now, the nose is still relatively low, there's some buffet, and immediately the glider drops a wing to the right. So it sticks centrally forward, roll the wings level with coordinated controls, and then return to the normal attitude. So although we had the same warning, the glider departed much more rapidly in an over-ruddered turn. So what you want to take away from that is whenever you turn a glider, ensure it's imbalanced. It offers much more protection over the spin than an unbalanced turn. So what we're going to have a look at is spinning and spiral diving. First thing I'm going to show you is the spin, and I want you to notice the symptoms and the recovery. So when we're spinning, you'll notice a high rate of rotation, a low or fluctuating airspeed, and the G will feel fairly normal. So because the glider is going to lose a lot of height, we need to do thorough hassle checks. Height, well in this case we're at just under 6,000 foot, which is absolutely fine. Airframe is cleared for this manoeuvre. Max manoeuvre is 79, VNE is 136, I believe. Straps tight. Security, make sure there's no loose articles in the aircraft. Location is absolutely fine. We're not over a built up area and we're having a really good look out beneath as well as out to the side. Okay, it all looks clear to me. So for the spin, I'm going to set up a demonstration of an underbanked over-ruddered turn. So imagine we've got ourselves a little bit low in the circuit or around a field, and we're trying to stretch the glide. Because we're stretching the glide, we're just holding the nose up slightly. Notice the speed's decaying. We go into a turn to the left to come round to land in the field. But at this angle of bank, notice we're not actually turning very rapidly. If I start to apply rudder, it appears to make the turn more rapid. It isn't. I'm just yawing the glider. I'm holding the nose up with the elevator and holding the bank off with the ailerons, and eventually the glider spins. Notice the high rate of rotation, the low fluctuating airspeed. To recover, we apply full opposite rudder, move the stick centrally forward till the spinning stops, centralize the rudder, and then recover from the dive. So that was a normal spin. What I'm going to demonstrate now is a spiral dive, which is similar to the spin, but the glider's not stalled. In the spiral dive, you'll notice that the speed will be increasing, the G will be increasing, and the rate of rotation will be much lower than it was in the spin. I'm going to use the same entry of a slow over-rudder turn, but I'm not going to bring the stick onto the backstop, and I'm not going to hold off the bank with the ailerons. Notice how the bank's starting to increase, the nose is now starting to go down, and the speed's increasing. So in the spiral dive, it's a lower rate of rotation, the speed's now rapidly increasing, and there's quite a lot of G. To recover, we use coordinator controls to roll the wings level whilst preventing the nose from coming up. And now we can use the elevator to pull out of the dive and then return back to the normal attitude. So on the recovery, it's always roll and then recover from the dive. Okay, what I'm going to do in this demonstration is show how a glider may spin if we tighten the turn with insufficient speed. So, as with other exercises, we'll assume that we've done our hassle checks and we've had a really good look out all around us and below, and it is clear. Now I'm going to do a turn to the left, so we'll have a really good look out to the right, to the left, make sure it's clear, and then back over the nose again. So I'm rolling into the turn, and just over 40 knots for this angle of bank is fine in this glider, albeit a little bit on the slow side. I'm also going to over-rudder the turn slightly. Notice the nose is low and the yaw string's pointing into the turn. If I now tighten the turn up without increasing speed, the glider spins. Full opposite rudder, stick centrally forward till the spinning stops, centralise the rudder, and then recover from the dive. You'll notice as the turn tightened, the glider spun very readily, and that is because we had insufficient speed for the angle of bank I was using, and it was over-ruddered. So, two things you need to remember. If you need to tighten a turn for whatever reason, make sure you've got enough speed to do it, and you use a balanced turn.